Greetings and welcome to another Deckard Games YouTube thing. On today's thing, I'm gonna be talking about my favorite Nintendo game of all time. And by Nintendo, I mean this grey box right here. Not NES, not NES, but Nintendo, because that's what we called it back in the day. And that being said, my favorite game of all time on the original Nintendo is, of course, Contra. What were you expecting? Let's find out.
In the year 2633, the evil Red Falcon organization have set a base on the Galaga archipelago near New Zealand in a plot to conquer the world. Two commandos, Bill Reiser and Lance Bean of the Contra unit, are sent to the island to destroy the enemy forces and uncover the true nature of Red Falcon, the alien entity controlling them. Developed and published by Konami in February of 1987 for the arcade, Contra is a run-and-gun action game. Contra employs a variety of gameplay. Not only you have your standard 2D side view, but you also have some levels where the characters are running towards the background in addition of moving sideways. You can play with up to 2 players in co-op mode in 8 different levels. And to do this, you have an assortment of weapons at your disposal, from laser guns to machine guns and to the almighty spread machine gun. As you may have guessed already, this game was not a friend to your wallet. The game saw a variety of ports to various numbers of consoles and also the PC, but the version that I'm most fond of is the Nintendo version. Released in 1988 for the Nintendo Entertainment System, the game was produced by Konami themselves, but due to capabilities of the system, the game suffered some cuts, none of which were a big deal. For us Europeans, we had to wait another 2 years for the game, which came out with even bigger differences. Not only the 2 main characters were transformed into robots, but lots of the enemies were also changed. And to add insult to injury, the name of the game was also changed to Probotector. Yes, not Contra, Probotector. Konami presumably changed it because of the German federal agency that saw games like this being too violent for children. I wonder why Germany was so obtuse with war games. Thanks, Germany. Luckily I had the American version that features Sylvester Stallone, Arnold Schwarzenegger fighting Ridley Scott's Alien. None of that robot crap. What a team. The Nintendo version of the game maintained all of the gameplay of the original game. Rapid and fluid game, great sound, great music and co-op playing. It's a perfect balance of a hard game but still fair to play. And if you had any difficulties with it, this was one of the early games to include the famous Konami code that in this case granted you with 30 lives. This way you had no excuse to not only play the game but to finish it. So yes, this was one of the greatest experiences that I had with a video game. Contra.
So that was just a quick look back to the game. But what really made Contra my favorite Nintendo game of all time? And first of all, I have Contra, not Probotector, because not only my first Nintendo console came from the US, but also the games came from the US. And this is one of those games that you can still pick up today and play and have fun with friends. It's a great game for co-op playing. Very fluid gameplay. The graphics are awesome, good sound for that time, of course. It's a game that tests your reflexes all over the time, and but still it's kind of hard, but still fair. And if you haven't noticed, on the cover, this is clearly Arnold Schwarzenegger, Sylvester Stallone, and Alien, which is a total rip-off, which I love. And again, co-op playing. This was a pure joy to play with some friend by your side. If you haven't seen my first video, please check it out. I state there that me, or my friends and I, we knew this game from start to finish with our eyes closed. We played this hundreds and hundreds of times. It's a super fun game. Again, super fast. It's a side-scrolling shooter. Back in those days, if you wanted to make a game like this, you had to look to Contra. This was the benchmark of games of this genre. And if you haven't played Contra until today, you've been living in a hole or something. Pick up a copy of Contra, pick up a ROM online, put it on an emulator, play by yourself, even better, play with your friends, have fun playing Contra. So what is your favorite game of all time in the original Nintendo? Please let me know in the comment section below. Let me know also, have you played Contra and what do you think of it? And if you like seeing videos like this, please leave me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, that way I'll be able to keep more. Click that bell icon to receive notifications every time a new video comes up. Don't forget, play Contra. Until then, take care.